Hello and welcome. I've been thinking about this. I thought, it's probably about time we actually bought another lorry anyway. If I'm being totally truthful, yeah, it's. I always find when I used to think you'd only ever need one lorry. It was one of those like things. Yeah, I only need this and I only need that. And then God, was it Riverside? And I had like two or three lorries, and I thought, that was actually good. It wasn't bad at all. So for once, we're actually going to buy a brand new lorry. We are. It's brand new. It is. It's a beaut. It is. I do love this. I do. It's so cheeky. It's very American. But hang on a minute. No, it always says 330 here, but when you actually go to it afterwards, it is not 330 at all. It goes. Yeah, it's always been some sort of error in the shop that it does do that. I actually quite like its natural colours. So yes. This is a powerhouse as well. It really is a beast. It's all. I've taken the more power mod off, although I think I was switching it back on because I still concur with that flippant remark I made when I first found this, which was, yeah, Giants have made a real total mistake on this. What I was on. Bouillet Normandy, and I'd got a 600 horsepower tractor, and it was struggling with the 150 horsepower implement. If that's right, well, I am. Yeah, right. Let's first of all stick this little lot in it. Now, if you stick, it's true. Now, this for what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to think. These heavy they are. We may need the weight. We could sort of see. Because I rate this. This is a beaut, and it can do this, but usually I'd stick a weight on it. This is heavier, only marginally. Can this manage to? So we are. I mean, it's got a big weight as well. It's got the huge one, so I could have actually lent it my weight. But well, no, it's more of a. Can this do this? Because you've got to sort of really do this with a couple at least to make it, yeah, worthwhile doing it like this, because you've got to get both of them starting to. Yeah, you have, but it's no good just doing one. I apologise for, yeah, pushing the. Mechanics being what they are. Yes, otherwise it does take forever, and I'd have to time lapse it. Okay. Wow, that was a bit beastly. Right, so if we now should be able to approach this straight on. Can we do 3? I doubt it, but we'll have a go. I always used to love doing this at Riverside. Truly, to be honest, with any kind of machinery, you've got to really find the limitations of said machinery. Now, this has got, I think I did this the normal 1.2, so it can only ever do flat now. Yeah, so the only way to sort of improve on this is sort of like by sticking them very close together in the middle. Because that's where you're going to grab with your above grab like this. You've got to literally be over all 3 for this to work. Now then, if I pull this to me, will this work? Now there are some things that are very light that this is fine with anyway, so you can, as I did say a long time ago, you can sort of stick. You can lean against the side of something and push it up the side of it, and is that been the 3rd one? Yeah, no, it is. At present, anyway. Yeah. Now I remember what I learned this one actually on Maypole Farm. I did this trick of like grabbing multiples when one time I did. What was it? The really, really slow. Was it? It is. I shall show you. Yeah, I shall. It's just my words are failing me, that's all. I can't think of its name, so I need to sort of show you. Yeah, it's terrible. No, it's in pallet. It's in pallets. It is, and it is mineral feeds. Yeah. Now there was a modded one, and I thought, oh, because the real one is so slow. If you actually literally put it into a truck, and I'd not cottoned onto this trick, and I did it one at a time, and it must have taken me 20 minutes real time. Obviously I time lapsed it, but even in the time lapse you could tell that it was it was not nice. You could you know, like, well, I mean, I could, because I know how long a time lapse takes, but you could see that, like, well, wow, that is a real humdinger. It's true. Right, let's drop that sort of there. Should just to have those three, but if this is a matter of directing exactly. It's not letting me do me. It's not like I can forget that one. It's like my button wasn't working. So low sensor to yourself. Obviously, telehandler would be absolutely ideal. It's got a long reach. Then if you push it against the side of the truck, like that, you're leaning on that, and it's like one thing. It's a little bit, especially the one outside, is a bit, but it just has to be fairly close. The game is trying to be kind. Well, as soon as it was programmed to do, let's not put emotional baggage to it. Brilliant, smash it. So that's not now down, is it? Boy, actually, we must be getting fairly close. Well, that wasn't too painful. And of course, I haven't brought a tractor down, but we have got the cab over now, and we'll take this back to grab the header. Yeah, so the more power is gone, which means we have got to try to see whether or not it's going to make a difference. If it does, it's going straight back on, because I just think this is madness that a 600 horsepower tractor could possibly, oh my life, okay, they're going down before you throw them across the map. Wow. Yeah, I do. I think it's silly. I'd say I first noticed it on Alban Hill after obviously another silent update. They're all silent now. Yeah, there is no unsilent, and there's very little. Your game updates, and the next day you notice that you haven't got a feature that you used to have before, or you have got a feature that you now. And I do realise, obviously, it is Giants. It is a little bit disrespectful to treat the ones who actually support you and get you where you've got, but it is what it is. They do a great job in a lot of ways. I can't sort of like totally, but I don't appreciate that, obviously. I really don't. It's not very nice to keep everyone in the dark like that, but that's the way that's been chosen, and it's the way that a lot of companies are like nowadays. Yeah, there's no, when you consider Samsung, Apple, they've all done it. It's their way or the highway, and no one ever says sorry, including Google, when they make a mistake with your phone firmware or software or an update, or it is what it is, and they've all got used to this rudeness, and it is rudeness. I'm going to call it as it is. It's not anything other than being rude and proud. We could actually, thinking about this, okay, oh, I think you'll find it's full. Wow, on that. Seems to be not moving forward. Can we grab two things at once? Oh, I can't take everything. I'd forgotten about the. I think I can almost take everything. Ooh, it's going to be. Yeah, I thought I'd start on this end. We have, of course, got a lot of work to do. It'll not all happen in one session, though, right? I think we're going to need to sort of do this best. There's 2 or 3 approaches. I'll go for my normal approach. or my new normal, my old normal would have been to just rag it. I'm trying to be a little bit more sophisticated, but you can still see me in here sometimes. Yeah, I'm a terror. Now, I'm trying not to be like that, though. I've got to be honest. I'm not a massive supporter of that kind of brute force way of doing things. That'll do nicely. That will do quite like it. So I think literally that was a mistake. I wasn't trying to be vicious. Right, so it should really to grab that. It's the right kind of attacher. Oh, okay. That's more like it now then. Yeah, we need to do this and that. It's going to be a bit of a battle to turn around. Yeah, we are, but so the only thing that I'm probably not going to be able to manage is that. So I'm going to need to send a tractor down. That's a point. Have we ever tried sending a tractor down? Who's on the edge? You'll do, because this is a 9. Yeah, let me just show you the difference between a 9 and an 8. If I press the trigger now, it starts straight away. If I press an 8, it has like a 0.75 of a second lurch. So I'm not making it, when I call it a lurcher, it really is. I think it is, and it's so different. It's the same set, but it's like obviously one's an 8 and one's a 9 series. It is so noticeable. Yeah, and Schnibble is an absolute. Yeah, I'm not having a go at Schnibble. He makes some cracking mods. Really, really does. Right, so then. And reasonable. Yeah, reasonable too. Yeah, they're all good. Yeah, very reasonable, in fact, I would say. So we've got to, well, really, before we start sewing that, we need to check on what we actually need in our productions, because obviously I've gone off the burn with the Cavalier Road, because it doesn't make any sound business sense to do almost all. It makes more business sense to go for the basic ones than it does to go for the bigger ones, because the value of the end product should have the most value, which is obviously I've slated Giants for the serial one all along, and I stick to that because I've worked out, I've even sort of shown on camera that the value of it's almost worth about the same, and with the losses you're going to have for your production, it's just not worth doing it. You're losing slightly, so that's not a business sort of situation that any good businessman would ever wish to be in. Yeah, so obviously I think most people just think, oh yeah, well the Giants have done this, everything's going to be fine. Well, it's not. You should check your maths. I mean, I'm not a massive one for maths. I mean, what I mean is I love language, always have far more than maths. But I always realise that mathematics is a terribly important skill. You've got to have the basics, or you're going to be scuppered in life. Right. Anyway, let's get cracking. Yeah, I'm going to meet you down there. I'm not expecting you to follow me down. We've been down so many times, so I'm going to see you down at the farm. Right, case in question. Right, it's not meant to pull things, but that is on wheels. This is a very slight hill. It's carrying very little. What is that about? Hey, what is that about? Why is that struggling up a little hill like that? It's only really powering itself in a wheeled object that's not terribly heavy, on a trailer that's really not very heavy. What is that about? Who thought that was a good idea? It's now an unrealistic farming simulator. That is terrible. That's my point. It is. So the more power mod is going on. What? So you're charging me for sitting? Oh no, actually behind me is charging me. We can actually, being as that tractor's not made any move at all, we can actually go across this withered crop, which every time I see it annoys me to pieces, because I have destroyed this crop. All of that work. So annoying. My own fault, I know. It is actually working. It's still actually sitting in that thing, charging me for doing nothing. Leia, you're sacked. It's ridiculous. That's taking the mick. It really is. We should do it ourselves later. I should leave you there in disgrace in the corner. It's the second time I've had to rescue this. It's not like it's not a wide opening, is it really? Do you know, seriously, this game, it's a great game, but it's... oh my life. Right, so let's take this down the yard. So we certainly are growing, really. We've picked a partner. That's the one thing we have done. We'll do a bit of a... yeah, I don't want to leave that stubbornly. We'll either do grass or we will put some concrete down. I hate doing concrete though. I'm not a massive fan of... love nature. Love to see grass, but sometimes a little bit of concrete is necessary. But yeah, I'm not a massive fan of seeing huge slabs of concrete. But then I'm a country person really, rather than a city person. Always have been, even though I come from a city. Yeah. Right, so if we stick this in here, we need to switch off telling wheat to go places. Yeah, because the others we can do. Yeah, the others we can actually do another way. So let's go productions to the, let's call it properly, the tiny silo. Oh, it's not the tiny, it's the small. let's get it right. Let's get it right. Production shed, small silo. That's right. So wheat we need to switch off. Has it got any in? 230 litres. We can. I'm not bothered about that. It's just I want to use this with wheat as a store for the food for the chickens, without having to push it all around anything that might need it. So we've done that. So we've got our chicken food, a shed load of chicken food ready. Got a beautiful new lorry back. Yeah, one of the few pushes in the game. Let's not. So that's how now. How are the bees? Yeah, it is realistic, sort of. This fact that it's the bees are dying, but it's just to the extent that the bees are dying. I'm not sure if I like it. Yeah, we've done it already, so smashing. That's doing nicely. Now we need to feed our animals. I was thinking you'd probably ask, well, why have you bought a wheel? Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I don't think it's ever a mistake to have a wheel loader and a telehandler, especially on a farm. But there's not much use for in some ways. But to have two, you can have one down the yard, and wheel loaders have got that weight thing, really, which is obviously, I mean, the Schaefer that I love is almost a crossover. It's a wheel loader stroke telehandler. It's oops, it says as it crashes into the... Let's get this done. Let's get the normal jobs out of the way, and then we can actually start to look at yeah, what we need to do to get the most out of the mods that we've chosen, our partners for this enterprise. Really. So let's just go and offload that into the distributor. How much milk? Oh, have I already done this? I may have already done it earlier. Probably have. I could. In that case, then that means that we don't really need to do the animals, as in we've already. No, there's enough room there. Water. We're gonna need to do some. So I think we should do that now. It's a long time since we've done this, but we go down that middle one. You can just angle this lorry. I'm not worried about cleaning this because it's just water. Yeah, in fact, it'll wash the milk out of the thing. It's not going to do any damage. It's not like doing slurry or anything. If you do it right, you can. do both at once. Although it's not actually showing. It isn't actually. Why not? Perhaps I'm not quite right. Oh well, yeah. Let's. I don't think we can get in while that's doing that. Actually, no. It's sort of in the way. So we could sort of, if you'd done it another way. Yeah, we could. If we'd have done this, like going forwards through this one and angling it like that, should really be able to do it. It has got space, so it really should allow us to put some in. Right, okay, yeah, I did crash into the fence. I did. I admit it. Right, so we can do this. Ah, okay, so at least we can actually... Yes, we can do both. I thought we could. I'm sure we'd done it before. Now, if you've noticed, I'm not using my super case all of the time. I'm trying to be good, just to give all the other tractors a chance to shine as well. Even though I don't get to use my super case that often, really. Let's just see if we can get this right straight away. So pull out quite a bit. Right, smashing. So that is that done now. Yeah, I'll fill all the way and make it empty again. So then what do we need? That is nice and full. Water is going to be filled soon. Chickens are... Oh my life, chickens are not happy at all. We have got a lorry there as well. So literally poised for action. It's not a lorry. It's a beautiful 8RX. And we have 6 tons, which we're going to need a bit more. That should be alright for today, but yeah, I know. Let's get a stockpile up. So 8 is still in orange. So 8 looks like you could do. Well, we could just fill this. This can be. I prefer to use something like patina because it's got a proper cover, whereas this, I'm not going to insult this. I'm calling it a cover, and I don't think I'll ever buy it ever again because it's like definitely not what I would call a cover. No, we don't see it. Oh, chips, how much? 38 tons. Yeah, yeah, I had a thought earlier actually. Yeah, that's all. But yeah, we've got. Let's stay focused on the tasks we have got to do today, which really is. Let's have a look. Yeah, well, that's filling. Let's have a look at what we've actually got to do. So we know what we're going to do. We're still actually, obviously, it's very important for us to make a lot of flour. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, it is very important for us to make flour. We're out already. Of course, it will do fits and starts. The sandwiches, we're obviously making the bread and importing it in. This is only really limited by the fact that it will only do about 11 odd tons ish per day. So, and I did look in Editon as well. We've got a shed load of pasteurised milk in here and a shed load of yeast. Obviously, we could have sold that, but it will, and the shed load of butter, which means all of those can actually be storing or selling straight away now for a while. Cheese, I think that is still needed. I'm not sure that there's a shed load of cheese in that. I think there was about 10 tons. How much cheese? It still needs quite a lot to make the sandwiches. Yes, equal to butter. So the cheese is going to have to still distribute because it basically isn't a big one. It doesn't make a lot of it anyway, unless we're to ramp up our. Careful. Yeah, this is a beaut. This is for like clamps. It is. It's a very heavy tractor. Very heavy tractor. Which means it's brilliant for plant rolling, absolutely, without anything other than its own self. It was fantastic. Right, so then we need, let's concentrate on the task at hand. Now that everything's out the way. Yes, so the sandwiches, cheese, tomatoes. So really it's going to be our vegetables, which are the thing that slow us down. So I do think I am probably right. Indeed, have we got enough manure in? A little bit still. Oh, seeds, again, it only does that quite slowly. But we should have our greenhouses. That really should be fantastic. And isn't it where... Yeah, that's the little tiny bit of cotton that comes in, isn't it? So honey is selling directly. Milk should be distributing. What? Am I doing them? I might have done it already for all I know. Yeah, so this is lit as well. Now, I don't know if this does work, whether you did get two or whether it just does one, or I'm really unsure as to how this will go. But they are nice and filled, both of them. I've got all the lime, all the seeds, all the manure, so they should go on that sort of really, really well. So do we need a third one? I don't think we do, actually, really looking at it. Digestate, we've run out of that a long time ago. Yeah, we literally, I like the fact that we're not doing the fertilizer. I keep wanting to do it because it's sort of like such a good business, and I think, no, we're not doing it on this one. We're not. So milk, and that's going as well. Fantastic. So we're making sugar beet sugar, and we have got a little bit going in there every day. Farm dairy is now inactive, which we want it to be. So then, we're going to look at the Omatana factory. No, I've said it already, and oh, the farm factory by Omatana. Should we say it that way? Yeah. So what is it? Yeah, what is it good at and sort of bad at, and all the rest of it? So it's making bread. It's okay. That's not its strength. Making wheat flour, all of those. We know that we've got bits coming through our greenhouses that are going to go through there. Sugar beet. When we've done the sugar, we're going to definitely throw that through here. No, we're not. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I'm confusing myself. We do need to use the in-game sugar plant, so we don't confuse that. Otherwise, we're not going to make yeast. We need that. I can just show you that. It's right down the bottom. It is. Yeah, we need the sugar milk because it's what makes the yeast. We are completely out of sugar right now, but it's obviously we've got a shed load over at the production, so I've got to remember the Amatanas. The farm factory is close to the top. So then, we definitely need all that type of stuff. So oats is my weapon of choice, I think. Well, that's sorghum. I don't think I've ever done a battle to see whether sorghum and oats, which one's got the better yield. Obviously, wheat and barley would beat it hands down, but corn would actually as well. But it's the fact that oats increases, whereas the corn, let's have a look. Oats is 45 to 57. It's 90 to 69, but then you gain that as well. But I'm thinking of the yield of the actual thing itself. Corn's a good one, the same as wheat is. So we could do corn, really, and just stick a shed load of that in and let our normal things tickle at the wheat, oat, and sorghum because that's what our greenhouses are growing. So we could do that. So the sugar beet sugar has to be gone through the one in the game. Raisins and grape juice. I know you can. It's just so we need to grow. I mean, the real strength of this is the sunflower. It doesn't do a lot though, so we need to, yeah, either ramp it up a little, which is not a bad idea. I usually at least do this once, and it still doesn't make it massively, ginormously fantastic. It's usually to go to the bottom. I think it does. Yeah, it does. So now it's at the bottom. Right, so then, let's look what that's done. It won't have done a lot. So that is now doing almost 10 tons per day of bread. So it's again not a massive amount. The thing that is good about this is it does potatoes, and it treats them with respect, unlike any other potato mod. I've got a couple of factories. Although no, that's unfair on the new one that's just dropped. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't say that. But this as a is also not terrible. 1,000 times, if we end for the end product, 1,000, so add is 170 times. Wow, that's a lot actually. So that can rip through potatoes. I think I've got that right. French fries, likewise, no loss as well. Yeah, we're literally having to put a lot of water in, but which of course you would have for premium potatoes. It's trying to show you that it's washing the potatoes. So right now, yeah. Sorry, I had to just check, make sure I'm recording. Yes, I am. Right, smashing. There'll be no ambient sounds because we're in the menu. Right, so yeah, the French fries and the premium potatoes are one of the few things that don't. Yeah, I've got another one, and it's a cracking mod, but it literally, you only get 25% of the input left when it does its premium potatoes, and then it does its business again to make this end products, which means it's further reducing the it's already reduced it to, you could have 100 tons becomes 25 tons, which is really bad. Now this is obviously good at close, but we've already got the desk pledge in. Again, it's not its strength either, but obviously it can also do you could sort of hit this twice, and also it has got its own one of these as well. So you could also I mean, the beauty of doing this one, strangely enough, is that it doesn't lose, as in like to make its cheese. So we could ask ourselves a question: does our cheese in this one? Well, it's got a load of sugar in it. 10 produces 8, so the cheese is not anything special. That's interesting, because if we could push the milk, the normal milk, no, we're creating pasteurized milk, so that's different, isn't it? Storing, yeah, we're going to sell that at some later date. We're selling the yogurt, selling the soy milk. So these are our businesses really, and if we look now at what's left on this, we really want to be going for, yeah, there's a bit of sunflower, a bit of canola. We would have had a ton of that. Olive oil we obviously can't do really. So yeah, these are strong because these actually, I don't think even does Farmer Jeb do that on his? Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. But it is a cracker. I do love this. It's a strength of this. But you can see even now, it's only going to do like 15 odd tons. Yeah, the end product is what it's doing. Doesn't matter. It's going to strip that down, but it's going to do 3 times 5160, which is about 15,000 litres or 15 tons. It depends on how you're going to view it to be specifically correct or not. And that's the same, really. Yeah, 15 tons, but also going to produce the same in pig food, which pig food sells very well. That's what I'm saying. So we want to sell the pig food on selling. This is going to be an everyday bonus, one of those things that we actually make all of the time. So the butter, we really are better to do the butter here because, wow, now that is super now. It is. So we're going to switch the butter on here, which means we do need to put the milk into the small silo. Let's get it right, Mr. Smith. Small silo. Right, so we do need to put the milk in here now. And it's still got some in, and that should now go over to anything that needs it. So if we switch off the butter on our original, on the Cavalier Roy's, because again, I mean, again, I don't expect it to be super at everything. So we want the cheese to be off. Yeah, we don't want to be, because we've got a superior recipe on, like on a third party sort of one. So that's what we're going to do. It's not going to muck around with things. So it is now. We need oils, and we're going to go sorghum, which I think sorghum's not today. Why have I tagged that? That was when I pressed the record button. It also presses the same button that Giants do for like that. Yeah, let me just show you. I'm going to literally go reverse first. Right, I'm going to tell you when I'm pressing my trigger. Now. Yeah, It's only a fraction, but because we all drive tractors all of the time, you do notice it heavily. We really do. Right, we've got that super duper field scanner. Do we need any field scanning? We were going to expand as well, weren't we? We're talking about these want not to be grass. This does want to be grass because it's always an adjoining field. It's sort of like the way to everything. So this has got to stay grass, which is not a bad thing. It's a terrible field, but I think we ought to. If we're making big fields, I think we need to buy 213. Or do we get? No, I think I'm happy with the grass that we've got. We should see if we need a bit more grass because obviously we have got the biogas, but we can't forget this. No, we can't. Apologies, my phone went a little bit. So I think if we're going to do like, so if we say we want potatoes, so we could do potatoes in the high yield area, these two here. So we did already rip that off. I just want to take a little bit more off. We need to take this off, but obviously I need to set everybody going. So what can we plant today? Is the real thing. Sorghum is tomorrow. I thought it was. We did say actually corn. Corn is also tomorrow, I believe. Yes, it is. So canola can be planted, which you normally can't, and so can wheat and barley. So we're going to plant another shed load of canola, and which means it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be late, which is what threw me out last time, really, because it's not normally. So we're going to do corn, canola, potatoes, and we have to have sugar beet. So that's 4 products. We were going to do sunflowers. Yeah, true. Well, but if we're doing, no, I'd like to split it because the thing is, it's not brilliant at doing the oils, as in like, so I want to do 2 lots of oils to make up for that. So sunflowers again, everything, most things are tomorrow. Canola today. We can get that going straight away. Yeah, let's use the power of like what we've got going in the background and grab that massive, which is actually down in the yard. So we could actually get the Magnum cracking on that, I think. Still, to me, I need like lights. It feels a bit dark. It's March, mind you. Yeah, it depends on conditions, doesn't it? Really? So I think we're in here. We are. Now there's too much tree here. So we want canola. Probably. Well, we probably may get away with this, but we do really. This is a very tight turn here, so I'm tempted. And yeah, now this is going to be in use, isn't it? So yeah, and this is not a nice one. So this is probably not a bad one for either sugar or potatoes. Really, I've got a couple of fields like that. They're a little bit bad. That type of thing, and you are right in my way. So then canola doesn't use a lot of seed, so we might actually luckily get away with this unless there's sun around. So we want canola replanting in exactly the same field as last time. So this is 17. Yeah, this is the big field. 170, 171, 170, 170s. We did it. Very clever, Mr. Smith. Very clever. 12 meter. Load. Activate. And yes, no, it is the right one. Definitely is the right one. First and go. Fantastic. Let's let that get cracking. Now then. Proactive. Yeah, the 9. No, that's true. We do need to do the tree devourer, don't we? That's probably the one we used. It is right. So let's give you a reprieve, Dario. See if you can. No, actually, this is good. It is. I want to leave this here for going down to the shop in a bit when we get a chance, so I don't want to like divert. Got plenty. The stair is like here. And it's like a beaut of a tractor, so yeah. Right, so then we also need to fertilise that, but obviously it's got to be planted first, so confusing myself now. The grass is not ready, is it either? This will be, yeah, it's a second growth stage, I think, so it'll be tomorrow. Broken our mill. So this one then, this one, we want quite a lot of sugar, but we've got a lot on hand at the minute. So potatoes, we need a potato planter, or a couple. I don't think we've got any potato technology, have we? A planter doesn't do that either. No, it does vegetables. There is a cheaty one, but we've not got that one. No, I don't think we've got any potato planters. Because it's the middle of the session, I am going to like ask the shop to deliver a potato planter. I am. So let's have a look. What is there available? I think I know what I'm going to go for, but I might need to rip the field up first. Yeah, may have to, because I don't think this likes... It doesn't like plough or anything. It needs to be ploughed. Yeah, so yeah, that is true. But I like the multi if we're going to do that. This humble little thing though is a bit of a beaut. Get 3 of those in the field, and it's like having one of these anyway. So, ooh. Wow, is that? It's a half size one, but it's half price, sort of. Really, we could say it's a smaller model. And then there's that one by Pepe, which is smaller than the one that we've got, and that one's smaller too. And that's it really. So we could sort of actually buy 3 Agrizettes. Let's do biggest capacity. It's 370. We're gonna, yeah, we'll stick. Yeah, it's a bit brighter. That way we're sort of competing, but we're also going to ask that, didn't we? No, we brought wheat, so we do need to, yeah, grab some seeds. Why did I? No, because we'd not got that kind of trailer. So we are going to ask the shop to send us some seeds as well, whilst we're actually asking them to deliver. You would, wouldn't you, really? It's a little bit further. So we're going to need, I should say 4. I don't think it'll need, let's go a little bit more. Fantastic. And also fertilizer. I think we need a couple of those as well. Why did I come out the thing completely? Yeah, we would, let's be honest, if you're going to have a delivery from the shop, you would do it like in one, wouldn't you, really? If you've got any sense. We've got the def tank now, we don't need that. So I think 3 fertilizers, because we have got a lot of fields. That still might not be enough, but I didn't realise you stuck this on the field though, right? So we need the power of our little ones. We do. We've not got many little tractors though, strangely enough. So, but this is, yeah, this is good for the liming. So although I do say that, we want to use things like the 8 series, the Lurcher, which is not small at all, but is one of our smallest tractors. So we usually use these with front boxes. If you're fielding like multiples in the field, we also need to get the plough going, otherwise we're going to be dead in the water. Really. So where is the plough? Is probably now back away. So let's grab you. That's hiding there. I think the plough I put over in the actual shed over here. I did also. So let's go. Magnum will be ready soon because he'll have done that field like this really, really quickly. But it is nice for once not to like time lapse it, to be using the power of your workers in the background whilst you're busy directing. It's not a bad thing. Right, so let's have this going for our potato fields. Sugar beet, obviously we can actually do that properly. Sugar beet, I'm sure is today, so we can get the Magnum going on this field. So there wasn't the sugar there. I think we'll put potatoes there, but they're both root crops, so it really makes very little difference. But it's true, we do need to. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on that one. So let's do this one as potatoes, which is 129. It's got, yeah, we're gonna have to de-stone it too. 129. It's not got much at all. So create job. Open 3 would be nice. So save costs activate 10.5 meters. And first, fantastic. We'll go grab those potatoes. I'm going to go into a time myself because yeah, me verbalizing all that I'm doing, it's a bit, yeah, right. So let me turbo shift we do.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And as always, as fellow shareholders on the farm, I always love to hear from you. And goodbye for now.